Nearly 1 million spectators were at the San Francisco Chinese New Year Parade, the largest celebration of its kind outside of Asia. Over 100 units were invited by the Chinese Chamber of Commerce to participate in the annual parade of elaborate floats, marching bands, martial arts groups, and lion dancers. For 30 years, the San Francisco Lesbian Gay Freedom Band, the official band of San Francisco, has marched down the 1.25-mile route come rain or shine.
I do love the Chinese New Year's parade. It's one of San Francisco's biggest, most colorful parades, and it's just really exciting to be marching at nighttime with firecrackers going off and dragons running around you.
People wave and they yell and they sometimes they scream and they're just really excited and they just wave at you, and sometimes it's a little hard to deal with because there's so much excitement and you're just kind of like, wow, all this emotion is coming at me.
I never imagined I'd be in one of the groups that's actually marching down the street with all of the crowds and the color, and it's just really exciting to be a part of it.
The parade traces its roots back to the California gold rush of the 1800s, where thousands of Chinese came to work in the gold mines and on the railroad.
I think it's really neat that any Chinese New Year's parade started with the San Francisco Chinese New Year's parade back in the late 1890s. It turns out that the people were looking to celebrate Chinese New Year's. They wanted to do outreach to the community in San Francisco so that people would understand their culture better. And so they thought, wow, what's more American than having a hometown parade? And so they actually took a lot of the Chinese New Year's characters and traditions and stuck them on floats and marched them down the street. And it was really cool to find out that this specific parade is very traditional to San Francisco too.
Well, there's an expression in the band that we're the ambassadors of joy, and I believe strongly that people should try and change the world and make it a better place. And the amazing thing is that with the band, when we go out and march on the street, it really does this amazing job of liberating people and creating joy. And we reach thousands and sometimes on television millions of people. And we do it just by having fun and having a good time. And it's great that you can do something that is so much fun and yet at the same time is transforming the world.
Oh, wait a minute, coming up next, is it San Francisco's official band? Is it not? San Francisco has an official band, and I think they're coming up. They're one of the best, not only in San Francisco, but in the country. We're talking about the San Francisco Lesbian Gay Freedom Band! Make some noise! Gonna conduct it.
And just 12 hours later, the San Francisco Lesbian Gay Freedom Band convenes outside Woodlawn Cemetery in Colma for the San Francisco Imperial Court's annual pilgrimage to the gravesite of Emperor Joshua Norton, the eccentric and self-proclaimed Emperor of the United States and Protector of Mexico. At 8 o'clock on Sunday morning, a procession of drag queens, bears in black suits, leathermen with rifles, veterans with flags, clergy, and the band led by the Imperial Norton's self-proclaimed widow, the first empress of the San Francisco Imperial Court, solemnly walk up the hills and between the headstones to Emperor Norton's final resting place.
The importance of coming here every year is to make people realize the traditions and our past. We have to remember that. The Chinese are very well known for their traditions, and we are in the part of building tradition and to remember the good days.
The Imperial Court is one of the oldest gay organizations in the world.
Well, first of all, the best way to describe the Imperial Court system is the gay and lesbian Shriners. We're just like the Shriners and the Elks, except we don't wear funny hats and little cars, crowns and gowns.
A lot of people don't realize the Imperial Court is one of the nation's biggest philanthropic operations. These people in the court have fundraiser after fundraiser after fundraiser supporting a tremendous diversity of social service causes. Everything from feeding hungry people to helping people who work with the night ministry, with which I serve, middle of the night crisis counseling, referral and intervention for people who are in trouble in the middle of the night, to causes for children, people with AIDS, children who are sick, all sorts of community organizations and programs that don't get money from anybody else. Literally hundreds of thousands of dollars have been raised by this organization.
What organization has survived almost 50 years? We do nothing but raise money. We don't have paid staffs. We don't have offices. It is truly all goes back into the community. And when you think what cities have chapters, there are chapters in 68 cities across the United States, Canada, and Mexico there isn't a weekend, there isn't a function being put on by the gay and lesbian community of the Imperial Court.
So I think of it as an organization that pulls together camp and fun with serious purpose of making life better for as many people as possible.
Fire! Ready! Aim! Fire! Ready! Aim! Fire! Ready! Aim! Fire!
The pilgrimage is the first official event attended by the newly elected Empress and Emperor of San Francisco. In addition to commemorating the life of Emperor Norton, the pilgrimage is increasingly becoming a tribute to 90-year-old Jose Sarria, also known as the Widow Norton, for her lifelong activism in the community.
Jose Sarria is more than an icon in San Francisco. If you think of it, I call her the Rosa Parks of the gay rights movement, because in the 50s, Rosa Parks refused to sit in the back of the bus because she refused to be treated like a second-class citizen. Jose, in 1961, ran for public office because she was tired of gay and lesbians treated like a second-class citizen.
Jose is the one who started it, and she came out here on her own with a few people from the Imperial Court, literally to pay respects to his memory at his unmarked grave. There was no gravestone in those days. And the cemetery people here were a bit surprised and said, "What are you doing here?" And Jose explained they were here to honor the deceased Emperor Norton. The cemetery people were so impressed here at Woodlawn that they invited her to come again next year. And they also started providing hospitality until it's grown what it is today. Woodlawn generously provides all the seats, the sound system, the transportation, even a brunch beforehand. They're extremely generous. And this has become a very serious reminder of who Joshua Norton was. And he was, in his own peculiar way, he was really a crusader for individual freedom and liberal causes.
Ultimately, she is a very iconic figure, a civil rights icon in every sense of the word. So everything about her, and knowing everything, not only the political side, the civil rights side, but also this wonderful character that she has not only founded and started this international court system that, can you imagine, goes to 3 countries. So I think it brings back the fun, the humor, the camp.
She has made this event humorous also because she is very witty herself. She's really a comedian. And she brings other people here who do the same thing.
So she's a figure that, as I said, not only she's the Rosa Parks, but she's definitely an icon for all of us. And as a Latino, too, to see that such a figure is also gay and Latino, I always say the Golden State is turning brown because of the fast-growing population of Latinos and Asian Pacific Islanders. That being said, what a wonderful thing to know for young Latinos that are gay and lesbian, that are coming out in record numbers, to know that one of the premier and the person that started the gay political power-wise is also a Latino. I always tell people, spend time with her. How many times can you be next to an historic figure like that? You know, and I know not one of these days, I think forever we're going to miss her. But let's hope I think she will bury me. I would say she'll probably bury all of us.
In San Francisco, this is Raymond Donald Hong for Outlook Video.
And we want to wish a happy birthday to Alice Heimsil behind the camera right now, whose birthday is today, and she's still here, hard at work helping us out on the program. Happy birthday, Alice.
Happy birthday, Alice.
And that's our program for the month. To find all of our archive segments from the past several years of Outlook Video, point your web browsers to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/OutlookVideo. And click on the subscribe button to get future notification of all of our new segments as we post them.
And you can friend us on Facebook at facebook.com/OutlookVideo. Outlook Video is made possible by support from viewers like you and talented volunteers behind the camera. We close with more scenes from the annual pilgrimage to Emperor Norton's gravesite in Colma. From all of us here on Outlook Video, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next month. Bye for now.
See you next month.